when we have orientation at the start of September. So I just wanted to get the ball rolling just with a few very quick slides, just a few minutes I'll be speaking, just to give you a very high level overview of our department. So this is our campus. We're right in the heart of Boston. For those of you who aren't familiar, great access to all the culture and entertainment and natural beauty and historical significance of Boston. We've got commuter rail lines and 2 subway lines and a bike path that pass right through the campus, which I think does a wonderful job of kind of integrating a campus vibe within an urban setting. And our civil engineering department, you can almost see the building. It's like under the E, the E in department is the building that civil engineering is on the 4th floor where I am now. And so we've got a really, really good spot right in the center of campus. Next slide, please, David. So we are so thrilled you decided to pursue your graduate studies with us. We know that that is a really important decision, and we take it very seriously, and we appreciate that you chose our department for your graduate studies. And we are very committed to offering you a dynamic and cutting-edge, state-of-the-art education in your particular program of study, and in helping you use that to pursue your career ambitions for whatever follows your graduate study, whether that be an MS degree or a PhD degree in our various programs. Our department is a very dynamic department, constantly growing, constantly rethinking what the role of civil and environmental engineering is in overcoming all sorts of important societal issues, such as climate change, urbanization. There's just so many really important societal problems for which civil engineering is well positioned to provide solutions. And so we're really committed to educating students and to doing research that has that kind of impact on important problems. Next slide, please. So this is the department. We are a highly interdisciplinary department, but for organizational purposes, this slide has our entire faculty organized by concentration area. And so you can see in the top couple rows, it's water, environmental, coastal, our geotechnical and geoenvironmental faculty, construction management, transportation. I am part of the structural engineering faculty. Our gateway faculty teach first-year engineering students and undergraduate. Our co-op faculty are fabulous, and we encourage you to pursue graduate co-op, which we offer both at the master's level and the PhD level. And then we have several folks with affiliated appointments. We have about a dozen or so faculty who are jointly appointed with either other departments or other colleges, and several of them are appointed with our marine and environmental science colleagues in the College of Science. The faculty who are highlighted with a yellow outline, those are faculty who participate in our cross-cutting program of data and systems, which is a program that we offer a concentration in at the master's level. Next slide, please. So we offer 5 different master's degrees, and you all shared which ones you are pursuing. So we offer a Master's of Science in Civil Engineering, and within that degree, there are 6 possible concentrations, each of which are listed here at the bottom. So those are construction management, data and systems, geotechnical and geoenvironmental engineering, structural engineering, transportation engineering, and water and environmental and coastal systems. Then we have 4 additional MS degrees. We've just recently launched our MS in Climate Science and Engineering, and we're thrilled that our first cohort of students is coming this fall and looks fabulous. And we've been excited about this degree for a long time, and it's great to see it come to fruition this fall with the inaugural cohort. We offer an MS in Engineering and Public Policy, an MS in Environmental Engineering, and an MS in Sustainable Building Systems. At the PhD level, we offer 2 degrees. One is in civil and environmental engineering, and the other is in interdisciplinary engineering. Next slide, please. So we've got a kind of the sort of course guidance will vary significantly depending on which program and or concentration you've elected to pursue. But we do have some courses that cut across the entire department. And so one of these is Civi 7001, which is offered every fall. And this is for first-year PhD students, and we strongly encourage the entire cohort of PhD students across the department to enroll in this course this fall. It's a great way to get a foundation of the research methods you'll be using as part of your PhD, and for you to build a sense of community among your cohort of PhD students. Another course that we have, and this is a 0 semester hour course, is Civi 7400 that all graduate students are required to enroll in. This is our seminar series where we bring in leading academics and practitioners across the country, certainly, and sometimes internationally. And it's a great opportunity for the entire department to come together. We have snacks and coffee, so you can get to see the other students, the other faculty in areas other than your own, and you can get a sense from the speakers for the kind of broad ideas that civil and environmental engineers are pursuing and working on. So this is a great opportunity for you to network, within the department and also with whatever external speaker we're bringing in. So, like I said, that's a mandatory requirement, and it's a wonderful chance just to kind of hear what's going on across the country and socialize with with the faculty, staff, and students in our department. Next slide, please, David. Yeah, so that's it. Like I mentioned, this is conversational, informal, sort of office hours style. The main intent. Well, I mean, first, I just want to thank you for choosing us, and like I mentioned, I really am looking forward to seeing you at orientation. But in the meantime, we've got over a month until orientation. If there's anything we can do to help you transition to Northeastern, move to Boston, we're here to do so. And so, if you have any questions, feel free to speak up.
I had a question about the CV 7400 enrollment. Is that
Yeah.
every semester throughout? Okay.
Yes, every semester. Yep. That's correct. There's, they're not every week. We probably average 6 or half dozen or so, maybe 8 to 10 sometimes, lectures per semester. Yeah, Will, go ahead.
Hi. Do you know when we'll get our advisors on our Student Hub account by any chance?
Yeah, so there are two categories of advising. One is administrative, and that is run by the college, and so things like registration, administration, or things like processing a course override for whatever reason, if you need to override some default setting in the system or increase a course capacity or things like that. Make sure that you're on track to meeting your degree requirements. That is your administrative advisor that is run through the College of Engineering. Then within the department, depending on which degree you've chosen, there is a default faculty advisor for that degree and or concentration. And so we have a list of that. We didn't include a slide, but that's already assigned. And that advisor can help you with things like choosing the courses that will both meet your degree requirements and set you up for your goals for once you graduate from Northeastern. So that information, Rebecca or David, do you know when that'll be sent around to everybody? I mean, I can tell you now who your advisor is, but it'll be sent around to everybody soon.
I'm not sure when the information gets posted, but I can give you guys the email if you would like. It's just a generic email. They will not answer your emails if you send it directly to them. So for the CEE students, it's COE-CEE-grad advising at northeastern.edu.
Thanks, Rebecca. And so that would be for any administrative question you might have. Like, so if you're having an issue with registering for a course, you can send an email to that address and get a response quickly. But for your faculty advisor, Will, can you remind me which program you're in?
The environmental one.
Environmental engineering. Okay, so your advisor will be Matt Eckelman. And if you want to just send me a note, I'll put my email in the chat. Wait, do I have access to the chat? I don't think I do. But in any case, you can get my email on the website, and I can connect you with Matt if you'd like to get a conversation going with him before you start.
And also,
Sounds
if you
good,
have
thank
any
you.
information, any other questions about registration, and you're having issues getting a hold of the grad advisors, you can also let me know. I have, and I can send them a quick message saying, "Hey, this is what's going on." They typically respond within 24 hours. But just because there's so few of them working with the CEE students, and they also work with other departments, sometimes they can get kind of backed up.
We will also be sending out an email soon about orientation for our CEE students. And during orientation, there will be breakout sessions with your CEE specific advisors. So for the environmental program, you'll have a breakout session with Matt Eckelman.
Who else has questions?
And for structures, who would be the advisor?
Well, you can certainly reach out to me. I served that role for a long time now. I kind of oversee all the degrees and programs. But the current structural engineering faculty advisor is Professor Mike Kane. And you can get his email on the website, or you can reach out to me and I can connect you.
Okay, fine.
And
Thank
as
you.
David said, you'll meet all of us at orientation, and there's specific breakout sessions by concentration and degree.
Okay, that would be a great help. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. And you can have questions about anything, about Boston, about moving. Doesn't just have to be about the curriculum.
Please, I want to ask that as a structural engineering student, what main courses are for next semester am I supposed to register for?
Yeah, so we will be at orientation. You will get a concentration and program specific guidance document that will give you all the information on the available courses that are popular for a given concentration. So, for example, in structural engineering, we have 2 required courses that are offered every fall. And so, assuming you have the undergraduate background to be prepared for both of those courses, almost everyone in the master's cohort takes those 2 courses in the fall. So that's advanced structural analysis and structural dynamics. And then we also have many other popular courses offered in the fall. A common one that most of our structural engineering master's students take is behavior of steel structures, so a graduate steel design course. And then there are others. So like I mentioned, all that will be listed in a document you'll get at orientation. And then we'll have a separate breakout session with Mike Kane and me, where we can talk about more specifically your situation and offer some guidance on, based on your background and what your goals are, what we recommend you enroll in for courses. Or if you want to get that conversation started earlier, you can reach out to either of us earlier, and we can start to kind of plan out your enrollment. But there's no need to if you don't want to, you can certainly wait until orientation until you do that.
I will certainly send you an email for that.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, actually, I wanted to know about the course code, which is mandatory for getting a co-op, and my major is in construction management.
Meghana, you were asking about the requirements for co-op. Is that what I heard?
Yes. Yes.
So at a high level, the kind of basic requirements for graduate co-op is you can't do the co-op at your first semester, and it can't be your last semester. Co-op by design is integrated into your coursework education. And so it's really important that it occur in the middle. So you have a little bit of a foundation of courses beforehand, you go out and have your placement in co-op, and then you bring that experience back to the remainder of your coursework. There is a course that is required to be taken before you go on graduate co-op. We have a slide with all that information on it, and we'll go over it during orientation. And then there's also some English language requirements and GPA requirement in order to be eligible for graduate co-op. If you have questions that you would like to get answered before orientation, then you should reach out to our co-op coordinator, Jess Ormsby. Emily, is there a chat that we can put in some email addresses? I don't seem to have access to it.
I've been typing in the chat. I don't know if anybody's been able to see it. I just checked. It says that everyone has access. Meeting group chat.
Okay, I'm on the web browser version, so maybe it has limited features. But if someone could drop in Jess's email address and my email address, that would be great.
Yeah, definitely.
Megana, Jess Ormsby can answer any detailed questions you have about graduate co-op. And if not, then we can answer them during orientation.
Okay, thank you.
But graduate co-op, I'm glad you're thinking about it. It's a really special offering that we have. And you know, it's been somewhat recent we've been doing co-op at the undergraduate level for a century. And so we're really, really good at it. And it's only the past, less than a decade that we've been offering at the graduate level. So I'm really happy to hear that you're considering pursuing that. I think it's an enriching experience. Anybody else have questions?
I have a questions about the orientations. I will not be able to join the orientation on campus on 27th August. Is it possible to join it online?
David, can you take that one, please?
Yes, sorry. Trying to find my unmute button. What was the date you said?
Yeah, I think for on-campus orientation will be held on 27th August, if I'm not mistaken. And I will not be able to join on-campus orientation. Is there any online orientation that I can join?
Yes, so there's the civil and environmental engineering orientation is going to be September 4th. That will be on campus, and we'll send out some information about that very soon. But the August one you're referring to might be a college level or university level one. Or perhaps if are you in a PhD program? Sometimes the PhD network has an orientation session as well. But the civil and environmental engineering orientation won't be until the 4th. Emily, do you know about one that's on the 27th of August?
I don't. I can definitely connect with graduate advising, but one of the emails that I had posted earlier in the chat, which is coe-gradadvising@northeastern.edu. That's the general email address for our graduate advisors, and they can definitely clarify any of those dates. Or if you reach out to us in admissions, which is same email address, just coe-gradadmissions@northeastern.edu, we can always relay your question over. We sit in the same office as the advisors. So any dates that need clarification, we're happy to help there.
Desita, do you know where you saw that August 27th date?
I think I received an email for the orientation for a graduate student, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm a little bit confused with that. I think I received the email on Northeastern email that they will have orientation on 27th August. But no worries, like it will be fine if I can join the orientation on 4th September anyway.
Yeah, I think the most important one is the one on the 4th. And if you want to forward the email you received to David and me, we can sort out what the confusion is about the 27th.
Sure, thank you so much.
Thank you. Emily, could you post my email in the chat as well? I also seem to be, my Zoom isn't showing it for me either.
Absolutely.
Can the incoming students confirm that you're able to see the chat?
No.
Huh.
That's weird. I've typed like a million messages so far. Let me see if there's any way to make it visible, but I'm not sure why.
Emily, can we have everyone's email, right? So we can just email out what you chatted if we can't get the chat wording working?
Yeah, definitely. We'll send a follow-up email with the recording, and we can definitely just kind of culminate all this information and put that in there as well.
Good, thank you. What else can we help you with today?
Right, maybe you can help us with the course registration deadline.
The deadline, I don't know that offhand. I don't know if Rebecca, do you happen to know what the registration deadline is?
Let me check real quick. I'm on their website.
So while Rebecca is checking, it's many students do their registration after orientation. So it's kind of nice to meet your advisor face to face, meet the cohort, get all this overview content about our department as a whole, get this information about which courses are offered when in the fall and in the spring. So it's the common situation for students to register following orientation. And then several weeks into the semester is the final deadline for registration. And I think Rebecca will find it for you, but obviously it's ideal, obviously, to get the registration set up before courses start after orientation.
So the last day to register to add a course to your schedule is Tuesday, September 17th. So you have a couple weeks between the start of the semester on the 4th, when our orientation is, to the last day you can add a course. The last day to drop a course would be, without getting a withdrawal W on your transcripts, would be September 24th, which is, I believe, a week later.
So there's a little bit of leeway in the adding courses and dropping courses after they start, but just to account for situations emerge that sometimes require a change after courses start. But the default situation, the ideal situation, is that you've added your courses before they start and hopefully continue with them throughout the entire semester.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Can I know about the advisor for construction management?
That would be Professor Ryan Wang, and you can find his email on the website, or I can connect you as well.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, and I've placed Andy's email ann.myers@northeastern.edu on the screen, and then the one below it is my email. So feel free to send us any more questions you have, or things you need to expand on a little further, and we can answer those or get you directed to whoever can.
So a lot of questions about advisors, and I've been mostly answering those from the context of a master's student who is choosing the coursework only option, and in most cases, those students will be advised by the default advisor, who we've mentioned a few names in specific programs and concentrations so far, but every program and concentration has a default faculty advisor. That's a bit different if you're a master's student who decides to pursue a project or a thesis. In that case, whoever is advising your project or thesis will become your advisor, and that is a relationship that you can establish. If you have a connection already and an idea already, you can start making those relationships now. The more common situation is that you get to know the faculty in the department through coursework and through our department social events and this lecture series we have. Get to know who shares your interests among the faculty, and then try to find a faculty member who has a shared interest and is willing to advise on a project or a thesis. And then, of course, for PhD students, you are already in communication. You received an offer from a specific advisor, and so that is your advisor for a PhD student. Any other questions out there? What can we do to help? Emily, Rebecca, David, anything to add? Common questions you've encountered that we haven't yet been asked that might be on people's minds, but they don't realize it yet?
One thing that I'd like to just remind all of our students here is that we do have a wonderful team of graduate ambassadors. We have specific ambassadors for each program and for civil and environmental engineering. Those are current students in the program. I believe one of the CEE, the students are on co-op right now, but I believe they are still answering messages. We have WhatsApp group chats, and those can be accessed through our website. Our ambassadors are on social media as well. They are such great resources to connect with. Of course, in the admissions office, we're happy to answer any of your questions, but sometimes if you have questions about just day-to-day life as a Northeastern student, moving to Boston, what that kind of entails, apartment searching, I know that's definitely something that's probably top of mind right now. They are wonderful resources. They've lived through it. They've made the move to Boston. So I highly recommend reaching out to our graduate ambassadors if you haven't yet. And any other questions that admissions can help with. Even if you have an ambassador question and you can't reach them for any reason, just send it our way and we're happy to connect you with the best person.
Yeah, great point, Emily. Yeah, the ambassador program is a wonderful one for any of those questions that Emily just mentioned. Emily, will you send around the contact information for their ambassador?
Yeah, definitely. I'll post it here and then we will include it in the follow-up email as well.
Thank you.
Hi, so can I know about teaching assistantship?
Can you say that one more time? I didn't catch every word.
Teaching assistantship, TA.
Yeah, and your question is, how are they assigned, or are they? What is your question about teaching assistantships?
Like general information, how should we approach, or yeah.
So full teaching assistantships are typically reserved for PhD students. However, there are lots of opportunities for master's students who are, either interested in teaching or interested in receiving some income. There are opportunities for master's students to serve as what effectively is a teaching assistant, but we call it a master's grader position. And there is a process that we will go over during orientation for how you apply to be a grader for a course as a master's student.
Yeah, I try to not do first semester here as the grader assistants, just because you're still new to campus, you're just getting your feet wet here. So typically, I will send out an email towards the end of every semester. I had just sent one out to our master students at the beginning of July for our current load, just to get a idea of who is available. But we go based on transcripts and your CV and how you're doing. and then we try to match you best with what you have picked. And because there's options that you can pick, I try to get you to pick the ones that I send in the email, but it doesn't always work. So it really depends based on really enrollment in the courses as well. Enrollment's big. If we don't have enough students in the course barely doesn't get a TA or a grader assistant. So it really depends on enrollment and how many PhD students we have and how many grader positions we have available.
Yeah, thanks, Rebecca. So for master's students, the process is as Rebecca described. And then for PhD students, it's a kind of conversation with you and your advisor about whether you're a TA, an RA, and which course you'll TA for and when, and those kind of things. Anything else we can help you with? Anyone else on the Northeastern side want to share anything?
Yeah, I'd just like to welcome you all to Northeastern and to the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering. Orientation is going to be a great day. You'll have a chance to meet all your fellow cohort of joining students, as well as a lot of our current students, a bunch of the faculty. We will have an orientation session, breakout sessions, and then we'll end it with a nice sort of early dinner that we usually hold outdoors, weather permitting. And it's a great way to celebrate the start of the new semester. So we look forward to meeting you all.
Indeed, orientation is an exciting day, and the reception afterwards, David just described, is lovely, at least for the past few years when the weather's been nice. So fingers crossed we get a good one.
Definitely. I'll echo that and just say welcome to everyone. It's been a pleasure working with you all through the application process. I'm sure you've had, if not correspondence with me, then many members of our admissions team. And even though now at this point we're handing you off to your advisors and departments, always feel free to reach out with any questions. Like I said, we're always happy to point you in the right direction or assist in any way we can. I know the one continuing thing we'll probably bug you about is official transcripts in your file. Those will be required, down the road just to have a complete file so you don't have any holds on any of your accounts when it comes time to pay tuition and then, further down the road, graduate later on. So we'll definitely see you around campus. And again, we're happy to help with anything we can.
Yeah, I'm just really excited to see all you and get to know you as you're on your journey here. I'm in the front office, so if you ever come by and swing by 400 Snell, I'm right as you walk in the door. So I'll probably see a bunch of you quite frequently. And then I'm right across from our design studio, which is where a bunch of students hang out, study. It's currently under construction, but hopefully that'll be up and done before the semester starts.
Yeah, you might have heard some construction noise, I think, at least on my mic and Rebecca's at the same time. That's because we have a brand new design studio being launched this fall that I'm super excited to see unveiled. All right. Well, I think that's it then, right? So glad you chose Northeastern and excited to see you at orientation.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. Thank you, Andy, Rebecca, and David, for all your helpful information. And again, thank you for all your wonderful questions. Anything else that comes up down the road, you can reach out to any one of us. And we can't wait to welcome you very soon.
All right.
Thanks, everyone.
All right.
Have a good summer, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.